Ari Varga-Touré is a Malian-born musician who rose to fame by crafting his own unique style of music. He was born in 1939 in Timbuktu, and then moved to Niafunke with his family when his father died in the military in World War II. Touré was the only child of 10 to survive past childhood, so he was given the nickname Varga, meaning donkey. While Touré became a famous musician, his jump into the music industry was not a normal one. In Mali, the only people who usually get into music are ones who come from families that make music. Touré's family was not one of those families. He instead was pushed away from that path for the longest time. Despite his family's wishes, he still maintained this deep fascination with music, even going so far as to make his own musical instruments. His first introduction to music was during the healing ceremonies in his village. Music would be involved and he would be required to play, sometimes during said ceremonies. But before he could put his expertise that he gained from playing during those ceremonies to use, he ended up working multiple jobs that had nothing to do with music. Said jobs being a taxi driver, mechanic, and then, finally, a farmer. In 1976, Touré released his debut album, Varga. Then in 1987, Touré was invited to perform in the UK by Anne Hunt. And when that happened, the whole world finally learned about Touré and his music. Touré wasn't the only blues singer that was popular at the time, but the thing that set him apart from everyone else is, well, he combined the stylings of American blues with the traditional music and sounds of Malian music and culture, making just a completely new sound that no one had ever heard of before. It had never been done before, so he was the first of his kind. Due to this, and his immense amount of talent, he quickly rose to fame. That fame, though, came with a very important decision. Touré had reached a point whether he needed to decide whether, his musical career was more important to him and whether he should continue to pursue that, or whether he should go back to Mali in Niafunke and work on his farm. So, in 1997, he decided to announce his retirement from the music industry. But this wouldn't be the last that we saw of Touré. Much like many other famous musicians, Touré went in and out of retirement numerous times. And this is mainly due to Nick Gold, his longtime friend and producer for most of, if not all of his music. But it was okay, because we loved him, and we loved his music very much. Touré very much loved his song of Niafunke. So much to the point that majority of the money that he made from his musical endeavors didn't go to fancy things like mansions and expensive parties. Instead, he put the money towards the agricultural development of Niafunke. In 2004, he was elected mayor of Niafunke. And then, tragically, 2 years later in 2006, he passed due to bone cancer. Touré's passing was just a tragedy, to say the very least. The world lost a truly talented artist, but shortly before his passing, Touré recorded 3 whole albums, 2 of which have been released, and one of which, Savane, has reached critical acclaim and gone down as, well, in his opinion, his best album, which it is an amazing album, so yes. But Touré was an amazing musician who left a truly lasting impact on the music industry even after his passing. But at the end of the day, we all have to remember that he was a musician second and a farmer first.